everybody, welcome back to the Mindful Magazine channel. It's been a while since I made a video on my own, but it is time I'm sharing some messages with you again. So what am I gonna talk about today? I'm gonna talk to you about family karma, family patterns and vicious circles because they're kind of interconnected and interrelated. So I think we should definitely talk about this. And it's especially something that's coming up for a lot of you during this quarantine times because all of us were coming from a long history of family lines. So one thing that we really should do is take time and appreciate your ancestors. Thank them. Thank them for the fact that you can be here right now and that you can be present right now. And besides that, each single family member carries a certain strings of DNA. This DNA contains their experiences, it contains everything that makes them together to that one single person. So if you imagine that one of your ancestors has been going to great trauma, like rape or murder or something like this, it all stays within the DNA that is been given in the family line. So this is physically, but also energetically. So we're carrying these energies from one family generation to another. So it's like, our DNA tells us that we look like our father, we look like our mother, but also their patterns. We're taking over their patterns. And a fun fact is that this doesn't always have to do with being raised with these patterns. It is in your DNA. So even if you don't know your mother or your father, there are certain patterns that keep coming back because they exist within the family line. So what happens sometimes is that when a lot of the family members are getting very intense and negative experiences in their life, the family line starts shaking. There's too much negative energy or negative karma within the family. And then what starts happening, the children are born with addictions. They're not born with the addictions, but when they're older, they're taking over these kind of addictions or depression. They start to choose jobs that maybe doesn't suit their inner purpose as much, or doing something in the place of or from the place of suffering. So what we have to do, or what we can do if you really want to break this family chain, is first appreciate your ancestors, show them gratitude, and definitely forgive them because their experiences were theirs and you are where you are because of them. So do not be angry about it, that you inherited something from your mother or your father, or something that you don't like within yourself, or something that you don't accept within yourself. Because if you don't accept it within yourself, you're gonna find people in your life who are gonna portray this personality of yours as a mirror. So they start becoming your friends, or your couple, or something like this, your partner. So you will be presented with things you don't like about yourself. So you better start embracing it. And this is really the key as well. There are certain people that are born into family lines, that are born to solve the family karma because it cannot go on any longer. So this chain of unhappiness, this chain of, being cheated on, being rejected, being this, being that, all these negative experiences are being transmitted from one generation to another. So if you're watching this video, you're in your life, you're facing a lot of difficult situations, a lot of karma, one situation after another. You might be the person that is here to solve the karma of your family line. So do not worry about this, there's nothing to be worried about. Take all the situations with love and with an opportunity to make things better. So if there are reoccurring situations happening to you that you feel or see happen to your parents as well, this is a vicious circle in the family line. So what you can do is observe the situation and see how you can turn it around. So what did your parents do? What did your family do to solve this problem that didn't work out? What can you do to change this and to make it better? Because the key to this all is, once you break this family chain, like a chain, you're all connected to each other. If the negativity is keep going, the trauma, the suffering, you can never break it unless you're becoming conscious of it, so you don't have to give it to your children. So go back deep into yourself and think about patterns that come from your parents that you see happen to them and it's now happening to you, and just be conscious and sit still and think for a moment how you can change these situations so there is a different outcome. It's always good to think, how did I use it's the same with the vicious circles. They all are interconnected with the patterns of our ancestors and the lessons that we need to learn, because we have been here several lifetimes trying to figure out how to play with the wheel of karma, how to learn our lessons in a way and put the balance back. So if you would like less karma coming to you, you first have to solve what is already there to be set in balance. So you have to rebalance everything, and then your life will be a lot calmer. So when these situations occur, try to recognize them. If you always have a partner that is abusive, why are you attracting these type of people? There is something in us that we don't see that is attracting these type of people. So instead of blaming the outside person, it is really about going from within and see what you can change about yourself, that you don't attract the same type of situations and people. And once you recognize that, everything will change. So the universe will always come with some tests to see if you learned your lesson, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So just try to be conscious, meditate, observe situations from a distance so you can get a better view on what keeps happening in your life. Because when you're so busy, you don't see it and you blame the outside world for this. But why do things keep happening? So truly and honestly, the biggest breaker of the family chain is forgiveness. So, and breaking the family chain does not mean leaving your family. It means embracing them, accepting them for who they are, and letting go of all the patterns that have been created with trauma. So you can give your children a really beautiful life with very little karma. Everyone comes here with lessons, but less suffering and more opportunity. And when you create an atmosphere of opportunity and positivity in which you see the positive situation of, or the positive overview of the situations that are happening to you that seem likely negative are actually blessings. And once you start seeing life like this, it will be a lot easier for you. I always say I look at it as a puzzle that needs to be solved, So look at it as a puzzle, what can you do to change things? You know, you've seen these movies where they try several things one time after another, and then eventually they get it right. So think about it like that, you know? So it's not about blaming your family. It's not about blaming the people around you. It is about you changing the situation around you and becoming conscious that you can change everything. And once you realize that you have the key to change everything, things will be connected back to each other. And I've seen this happening in my own family. You know, we are really much stronger, much closer than ever. And this happened because I was giving my forgiveness and my understanding that they were acting from a place that they don't know any better. And with that acceptance, they get space to grow into someone really beautiful and someone you didn't expect they could be. But once you're pushing and telling them what to do, they will not change. There is nothing in them that wants to change. Do you want to change when people keep pressuring you? Well, you think you're just being yourself. So it's all about shifting. It's about acceptance, it's about giving space, and it's about finding the opportunities to see the situation upside down. So you don't have to make the same, well, let's say there are no mistakes, but so you don't have to stay in the same situation. So don't see things as they are wrong or I made the wrong decision. It looked like it in the moment, but everything is a blessing. And I think this is what I wanted to tell you in this video. So I hope this was helpful for you. Please forgive people. Please do not stay in anger with your family, with people around you, because once you start to accept the things that are around you are as they are, and you're the only one who can change. Once your energy changes, the whole people, the whole situation, everything will change with you. And trust me, I've seen it and it works. And it really, everything shifted in my life. Once I just gave space, thanked everyone in my family for being so amazing. And right now, it's much better. And obstacles will always be there, but there are always opportunities to learn. So do not be sad, really. If you feel that you are a person that is born to break your family karma or the negative, traumatic experiences that have become too much. If you come here to do that, you're so brave. You're such a brave soul for doing so. So really start appreciating yourself and know that the situations that are happening in your life, it's not your fault, but you're strong enough to handle it. So because of that, you got this task of doing so. And even if you don't want to take it on right now, you don't have to. You feel when the time is right. And sometimes letting go is actually solving everything. So thank you so much for watching. And I wish you all the greatest luck. And have a beautiful, beautiful day. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or a comment or subscribe to my channel, The Mindful Magazine. Thank you so much. Bye bye bye.